Hello and welcome to the UTDesign project proposal for the Jonsson Connect app Phase 3. This is going to be the third generation of a mobile application that provides news, events, jobs, and other information to students, alumni, and employers. We provide specific relevant information to targeted users. In this case, both students and alumni are the users of this application. And we provide information through the app itself and push notifications, and we engage people by giving out incentives like UTD swag. The requirements for Phase 3 are going to be users authenticate through LinkedIn, which is how we currently have it configured, or using the UTD single sign-on. This will be a new addition for us. We provide up-to-date events using cloud data, things like this, and also job listings and news around campus and the Jonsson School specifically. People that come to our events earn rewards, so that's kind of cool. And then this enables both students and alumni, as I said, to sign up and see what events we have, and also to volunteer, which should be something new we're going to be adding this year. What we are delivering here is a responsive mobile application. It's available on both the iOS App Store and the Google Play Store presently, so we'll just be piggybacking onto that. And the ability to authenticate using a new method. What we need here is mobile application development skills. It's going to include user interface design, authentication using OAuth. We have to read and write data, so we're going to be using web service calls using the REST standard for that. The back end that provides the data for this application is a first-class enterprise solution, Google Firebase. And then, of course, we use source control. In this case, we're using GitHub. The app is cross-platform. It exists in the exact same fashion on both iOS and Android. Due to the fact that we have a single code base and we use a solution that builds into both application types. So I have misspelled something here, but we're going to be building an app and you're going to be building your resume in this case. You get to design, develop, and deliver an actual modern responsive mobile application that's already in app stores and being used by people. And we have, I believe, 25,000 alumni, so this is not a minor thing. This would be like a decent app to work on. In this case, if you decide to work on this project, you will be learning some high-demand skills. Utilizing web services, responsive design, mobile apps, these things are in high demand. This is what everybody's moving into, nowadays. So good skills to have. This is going to give you some real hands-on experience and a solid foundation to go forward. What we're doing in this case is we're utilizing something called React Native. So there's a React library. It's an open source JavaScript user interface library that was released by Facebook about 6 years ago. React Native is a framework built with React, and this enables us to build standalone applications. It actually does the conversion in the background for us. So we create the apps using JavaScript and CSS, and then React Native builds that using Swift and Xcode, or builds it using the Google's developer framework. So it really enables us to do rapid application development in this case, because you don't have to learn Swift, you don't have to learn Java, you don't have to learn the intricacies of building those different things and utilizing the different IDEs rather. It simplifies that greatly. And we do get to utilize build scripts. You will be using the console and the command line depending on if we're going to continue to use the Expo build system. You get some good simulator experience as well. As you develop things like this, you can't install it on the phone every time you change something, so you're going to be using a simulator to kind of develop it as we go. And you're going to get hands-on real-world experience using some modern technologies. Right? JavaScript, CSS, we use JSON for our data when we utilize REST calls and things like that. And of course, web services and OAuth and all kinds of good stuff. You've already seen React Native. You just may not know it if you use any of these applications. Then you have utilized it, and we'll be using the exact same thing here. Phase 1 took place a couple semesters ago. This is the third UTDesign project on this exact same app. So the very first phase was merely creating it and getting it to work, meeting the basic requirements and getting it into the app stores. It kind of looked a little basic, but it worked. It was a nice project. Phase two, which we just finished in the fall semester, improved our user interface, added push notifications to both iOS and Android. We added a really nice calendar interface. We already had events, but we went and added a calendar you could search through, and we added mapping to it as well. So when you see an event you like, you can click and it'll open in your local map application, your preferred one, on your phone. We added a brand new rewards program that gives out whoosh bits if you show up to events. You can scan a QR code. It's a very nice piece of technology you get to mess with. We really updated the user interface and added a slide over drawer with a little hamburger icon. A few other things, FAQ, feedback, things like that. And what we're looking for this semester is we want to be able to utilize the same single sign-on architecture that's being used by you as students now to get into Handshake and things like this. We also want to add a new event type so that people can volunteer for events, not just click and say, you know, I'm going to come to this event. We do need some sorting and some filtering. We have the calendar, as you can see over here to the right, but that's about it. It'd be nice if we could say, show me the events in New York, show me the events in Dallas. So we'll get to mess with some data structures and some filtering over here. We need to update the code base a little now that we've had it tested by hundreds of people. We got a little more feedback than we got with a smaller release. So there's a few things we'll want to update in there, mainly about network and error handling, things like that. We have the reward structure in place and functional now, but there's some enhancements we want to do to that. And that would be the project for phase three. Phase one and phase two were UTDesign projects as well. They received very good feedback from both the faculty and staff and the students. So it was a really fun project. If you're interested, please join us. Thank you.